just want to thank everybody for joining, especially Combined Veterans of Berwyn. Done an amazing job seeing all these organizations come together and speak a little bit about what they do and how we help the community, kind of like Illinois joining forces. We're all joining forces to help our veteran community, which is amazing. So I'm Kevin Barszcz with Chicago Veterans. Excuse me if I speak a little fast. I tend to do that. I try to slow down a little bit. But Chicago Veterans is really focused on trying to build a positive social support system for our veteran community. So a lot of veterans, when they return home or they return to a new state outside of the military, they tend to isolate themselves a lot. And our goal is to get them out of their house and into their community. So we know that there's not one size fits all for the veteran space. Some veterans are into music, some are into art, animals, and as you heard earlier, some are into chess. There's something for every veteran out there. And what we're trying to do in Chicago Veterans is expose these veterans to as many different organizations and as many different resources as possible. So in 2019, we participated in over 90 events, bringing together over 8,000 veterans and family members to participate, and some of them in events they never participated in before. So we had co-ed volleyball leagues, we had co-ed soccer leagues. We do movie nights where a bunch of us come together and we'll go out to the movies together. We had art shows that we do. Monthly networking events, which is our famous Liberty Call. We do it every single month. It's just a networking opportunity, and we bring different organizations to speak about what they bring to the table as well. You name it, we'll try it. That's kind of what we do here at Chicago Veterans. But of course, due to COVID-19, everything's going virtually, just like most organizations are. So we're still doing our workshops. We're still hosting that, but everything's virtually right now. So we have workshops going on that help you learn how to use your VA home loan. We have resume assistance. We have interview practice, access to benefits. Every single week, we're pumping out new workshops that veterans could participate in. And we're also partnering with other organizations. So if there's any other organizations that would like to join a workshop, please reach out. I know Greg's gonna send the list of contact information to everyone, so you'll be able to have my information as well. We also still hosting our social events, so we're still doing our Liberty Calls, but we're doing it virtually. We have our women's only event, which is really popular as well. And we're still doing our Liberty Call, of course, and we're doing our peer-to-peer support groups as well. So we're partnering with the Road Home program for that one to kind of help the veterans out. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. I'm open for questions. If anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. Looks like
is your organization more for the newer veterans that are now coming home, or not for the older veterans? Is it for all?
It's for all veterans. So it's for all veterans of all eras. I know when we first started out, we did a lot of events catered to the younger demographic, but we have plenty of events that we do for the older demographic as well. But we kind of encourage as many veterans to come out as possible. There's kind of that camaraderie you get when you bring the younger and older together and they share stories that are very similar, but yet they were taken in different places. But you know, bringing them together and sharing their stories together, it really helps a lot of veterans. So we're here for all veterans, not a specific demographic or specific group. But we do host events that are catered to different, such as our women only events or our different demographics. So we do that in between, but we're here for every veteran.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know, since I guess I have a few more minutes, you know, I'll go ahead and announce some breaking news. So we never shared this with anybody yet. So we're going to share it with Combined Veterans. You know, Combined Veterans of Berwyn, you're going to be the first one to hear this great news that we got going on. So our Chicago Veterans Center, which is also known as our Vet Hub, which is real far up north. We've been there for about 5 to 6 years. We finally have a new location for that. So that space was 600 square feet, and now we moved into a new location, which is over 3,000 square feet. This place is right down the street from Jesse Brown VA as well, so it's centralized. So no more having to take 3 buses and a train to go all the way up north. We're right in the middle of the city. It's hopefully it's easily accessible to everybody, but we're right down, like I said, from Jesse Brown. This new facility, we're gonna have a brand new state-of-the-art media room. We're going to have a podcast room. We're going to have a co-working space. We're going to have plenty of workshop spaces. We're going to have a rec room plus more. So veterans will have the opportunity to reserve multiple rooms. They could use it to have an art gallery. They could rent the whole place. And when I say rent, we don't charge anything to rent. It's more reserved. So they're allowed to reserve the space at their leisure. So we're still building it. It's still in the works, but we already have the keys and we're there. So we're really excited about that. This is the first time we ever announce it. So hopefully we'll keep it in-house. Let's not tell everybody. So the people who are here, you get to know. Everybody else, hey, you'll see it when you see it. So we don't have a grand opening yet.
I'm sure the people watching this on Facebook Live will keep it to themselves.
Yeah, no, just a joke. But yeah, thank you so much for allowing Chicago veterans to be here. And thank you for putting this on for everybody here as well. I know it's really beneficial to everybody. So thank you so much.
So Kevin, how long have you been president of Chicago Veterans?
So I'm actually the founder of Chicago Veterans.
Are you?
So I've been with Chicago Veterans, yeah, we founded in 2014 at DePaul University. There was a few veterans that kind of got together and said, hey, what are you gonna do after school? You know, we're gonna graduate in a year and a half, what's next? So that's how we kind of came together and built Chicago Veterans.
What is your most successful event?
So we have two really successful events that we do every year, except this year we won't be able to do it. But our Chicago Veterans Ruck March, that brings about 2,500 or so veterans. We walk 20 miles from Glencoe, Illinois, all the way down toward the beach, the lakefront. We also have our Chicago Veterans Ball. So our Chicago Veterans Ball started out with just about maybe 100 and so people. We were really struggling to sell tickets on the first one. But luckily we were able to sell enough tickets, and the last one I think we had over 300, it's like maybe 330, 340 or something like that. So those are our biggest ones that everyone looks forward to every single year. But unfortunately this year we just weren't able to. But some more breaking news since we're at it. We might do, don't quote me on this, but we're looking at still doing kind of like a virtual gala. So we're looking at doing something virtually. So that way people could still get together and still be able to have that kind of event. Of course, we're gonna miss the being together, but we might try to do a virtual one. Don't quote me on that one, please don't. So we're in the works, we're trying it, we'll see what happens.
I'm writing everything down so I can make it in my memoirs.
Kevin?
Yeah, so that we're moving for sure. That is breaking news. The gala one, we're kind of iffy. So they'll be, hey, Kevin, Kevin told me we're doing this. No, Kevin did not. Kevin said we're trying to do it. So we'll see what happens. We're playing everything by ear. COVID's really affecting a lot of people. So we're really playing it by ear, and we're trying to make sure we keep it safe for everyone.
Nice.
So no other questions.
Tony Ward.
Yes,
In 2018, I only completed the last few miles of the Ruck March because of my handicap. But I look forward to the day that we can do it again. And I can't do 20 miles. That ain't happening. But I'll do what I can do. Thanks to you and Karen and Noel and a lot of the members of Chicago Veterans. It motivates us to do what we do.
Looks like you just went mute there.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
I said, in 2018, I did the last few miles of the Ruck March. And thanks to you and Karen and Noel and many of the members of Chicago Veterans, I look forward to trying to do as many miles as I can the next time we ruck.
Hey, that means a lot. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And go Navy. I know there's a lot of Navy, on the call, which is awesome. So yeah, we encourage people to do whatever they can do. A lot of veterans, they try to build it up. 1 year they'll do 1 mile, then it's 3, and then 5, and then they continue to go on and on. So we encourage you to do whatever you can do. But that's a great story. Thank you so much, and we definitely hope you can join us again.
Look forward to it, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, when he did the last 2 miles of the Ruck March with a broken kneecap, I thought, well, what's everybody else's excuse?
You got that right. You definitely have that right. I've seen some older veterans out there that are trucking that are doing it, and really encourages a lot of us to definitely keep going. you know, a lot of people, while they're on, you know, they're doing their 20 miles, they find it's very difficult. But it's that motivation to the right and to the left of them that are encouraging them to keep going. And I think that's what that camaraderie comes into play. And, you know, stories like yours is what keeps us going. So thank you so much for that.
Kevin, is Urban Warriors still functioning?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part. Is there a what still functioning?
Is Urban Warriors still functioning?
Oh, so Urban Warriors, from my understanding, yes, I haven't spoke to them in quite some time. I don't think they're doing anything in person, so I think they might be put on pause right now. But I know Urban Warriors, last time I checked, they're still rocking and rolling. It's a different leadership, but they're still doing great work over there. Not quite sure what they're doing right now due to COVID, but I'm pretty sure once things get back to normal, they'll be back up and running if they're not already running already.